Circle Empires 2 is basically a real-time strategy game with a roguelite spin and an unusual twist. Because this game, instead of having one big map where you move around freely, the whole world is split into these individual circles that are all connected to each other. Each circle is like its own little area with resources, animals, enemies, and so on. And your goal is to conquer all of these circles, or complete specific objectives, depending on which mode you're playing. The core loop is pretty simple. You start with one circle, collect resources like food and wood, build some structures, train units, then move to the next circle to take it over. Every circle has different stuff in it. For example, some might have tons of wood but dangerous enemies. Others can have gold mines and be easier to capture. So you need to think about which circles to attack first, because if you pick the wrong one early, then you will get absolutely destroyed before you can build up your army. The resource management is actually kind of tricky in this game. You place these storehouses near resources so your workers can collect them. There's this growth mechanic where you leave some resources alone instead of harvesting everything immediately, so they grow back faster. You need wood for buildings, food for units, and gold for the fancy stuff like mages and healers. Your banks generate gold over time, but they're expensive to build. Your army is made from different unit types. Each unit type has a purpose and you need to mix them properly. The game shows you the total strength of your army as a number, and enemy circles also have strength numbers, so you can roughly tell if you're ready to attack, or if you need more troops first. An interesting thing is the mounting system. Your units can actually ride on larger creatures like horses or other beasts. This makes them move faster and changes how they fight. This is a pretty neat way to create different combinations without needing a million different unit types. The circles themselves can be upgraded with different buildings. Your towers defend your territory automatically. Gates control where enemies can enter, which is useful because otherwise everything connects directly. There are research upgrades that improve your units or resource gathering. The combat itself is real time, so you select your units and move them to the enemy circles. They will then automatically fight when they get there. The strength numbers help, but they're not perfect. Sometimes the unit composition matters more than raw numbers. If you attack something too strong, your army just dies and you have to rebuild. Now, for each game you pick a leader character who gives you different starting bonuses. This changes how you approach the early game. The maps are randomly generated each time, so you also can't memorize one strategy. There's circle layouts, resource locations, and enemies change every playthrough. There are different game modes beyond just conquer everything. There's this one mode that has a big boss that roams around attacking you, so you have to defend while also trying to expand. There are daily challenges with leaderboards if you want to compete, and the whole game supports multiplayer now. Either cooperative, where you work together to conquer the map, or competitive. Your units gain experience and can level up during battles. There are training dummies or enemies you can use to level them up before major fights. The game is pretty fast-paced, which in my book is a plus, especially when compared to traditional RTS games. The matches are short-lived and don't take hours. You can finish one in maybe 30 minutes or less, depending on map size and difficulty. It's really more about quick decisions and adapting to what the map gives you, rather than building one perfect strategy. There's one thing that seems like it could be frustrating, and that is if you make bad decisions early. You can definitely get stuck. The resource management is not super forgiving, especially when you're learning, and the difficulty can spike suddenly when you run into a tough enemy. The game has different biomes with their own visuals and different mechanics. So this is an unusual but accessible RTS that's built around one gimmick, the circle-based map, and everything else flows from that. It's easier to understand than something like StarCraft, because each circle is its own small decision, but it still requires planning. And this sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.